Not only is this a busy world, it can also be a noisy one. We're all affected, but some more than others. Nearly 1 in 10 Australians suffer from hearing problems, and for people over 65, this figure rises to 1 in 3. There are many reasons for hearing loss. Some people are born with it, but the majority acquire it at some stage of their lives. There are different degrees of hearing loss, ranging from profound to moderate. As these incidents of hearing loss are so high, the chances are if you work with the public in a store, bank or public service department, you could be dealing with hearing impaired people on any day, at any time. How well you handle the situation will depend on how little attention you draw to the problem, how quickly you solve your client or customer needs, and how well you both communicate, which after all is what it's all about.
Well, the first thing you notice about people with hearing loss is that they don't look any different. There are usually no visible symptoms, but that can be like an invisible barrier. When you work in a bank, you obviously have to ask a lot of questions and get a fair amount of work done in a short period of time. You're used to dealing with people quickly, almost automatically. And when someone comes along that breaks that pattern of routine, that's when you can find yourself in a situation that's potentially tricky. Well, people with hearing loss often don't want to draw attention to themselves, so you have to look for the signs. Next. And how would you like this, sir? How would you like it? How would you like it? Tens?
The last thing I want to do is make people feel uncomfortable. And they shouldn't. I have a disability, but so do a lot of other people. It's just that I live in a world where there is no sound, and you live in a world where there is. And between the two of us, we have to find somewhere in the middle. We have to take down that invisible barrier.
Even without sound, where there's a desire to make contact, there can always be communication. There are different degrees of hearing loss and different manifestations. Some people rely on signing to communicate. Many more, however, rely on lip reading or hearing aids. When communicating with people who have a hearing loss, try to keep eye contact. If the person lip reads, this can be helpful.
Would you like the balance of the of the account?
You don't have to yell or shout, just speak clearly and directly. Repeat things over if you have to, or try rephrasing your question. If you're still having a problem, make gestures with your hands. Write things down.
The balance, yes. Bye.
You'll be surprised how quickly the barriers come down. With patience and understanding, you can always communicate.
Good morning, driver. Just checked your speed at 75 kilometres per hour in a 60 kilometre area. May I see your driver's licence, please?
Pardon?
I said I have just checked your speed at 75 kilometres per hour in a 60 kilometre area. May I see your driver's licence, please?
I'm sorry, what's the trouble? Was I speedy?
Have you consumed any intoxicating alcohol this morning?
Sorry?
I said, have you been drinking this morning?
I'm sorry. I'm a bit hard of hearing. Now what's the problem?
I'm sorry too. You have been speeding. May I see your driver's licence, please?
Thank you.
Thank you. Sometimes we get a bit carried away with our jobs. You're dealing with members of the public, and sometimes they're not the easiest people in the world to serve. We tend to forget there are a lot of people in the community with special needs, people who are hard of hearing and have trouble communicating. When it all boils down, all problems can be solved with a little bit of patience and understanding.
Access 2000 is a new national self-help program designed to address the communication access needs of people with hearing loss in terms of the environment in which they live and the various facilities and services which they use. By the year 2000, it's hoped nationwide access for hearing impaired people will be available in major public facilities. These facilities will be identified by the Access 2000 symbol. If a customer hands you a hearing help card, follow the points outlined on the back. Speak clearly and not too quickly. Turn towards the light and face the person. Avoid background noise if possible, and write your message if necessary. If you can deal with a situation in a friendly manner with patience and efficiency, there's no need for yourself or the people you deal with to feel uncomfortable.
Thank you, sir. Would you like to just take a seat and I'll tell the doctor that you're here?
The theme behind Access 2000 is simple. It's just communication. It's easy to execute, and the benefits will make a better environment for us all.
When the queue is long and you get a customer who is hard of hearing, it can be trying for the people behind. They can get impatient. You just have to keep on trying to make yourself understood. You have to forget about the rush, because then you can lose your patience.
I'm Steve Ripley, and I've come to pay my registration and check the address.
Who?
I'm Steve Ripley. I'm hearing impaired, and I've come to pay my registration.
You want to pay your registration? Right. You'll need a pink slip and answer all the questions on the back of the form. Right?
I'm sorry?
Yeah. If there's a mistake, explain it to them there and then. It will be a lot easier than explaining it later on. You can solve the problem quickly without making your customer or yourself uncomfortable. Right. You'll need a pink slip, and you have to answer all the questions on the back of the form. And you get them over there.
There's a very big difference in our worlds. I can't hear what you're saying, and perhaps my speech isn't as clear as yours, but I communicate every day. By taking the time and with patience, we can overcome even the worst. Where there's a will to make contact, there'll always be communication. I'll talk to you if you talk to me.
I'll talk to you if you'll talk to me. It's that easy. Take the time to identify your customer's problem. With a little effort, you can accomplish a lot. I'll talk to you if you'll talk to me.